Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, my class. Um, we discussed Islam and healthy. We are now going to discuss Islam, the miracle of the bee. The miracle of the bee. Islam and modern science. And this time we are going to see the miracle of the bee and its product, which is called honey. Miracle of the bee and honey in the Quran. The Holy Quran talks about the science of a bee and the benefits of its honey, and it's very in a very amazing manner. The verse of the Quran, chapter 68, verse verse 60. This is from the chapter. The chapter is called Surat Nahl, verse 68. It is Surat Nahl. I will look for its numbering in the Quran from verse 68 to verse 69. Let me look for the number for Surat Nahl. It is not. It is chapter 16. Chapter 16, Surat Nahl, chapter 16, from verse 68 to verse 69. Allah says, "Your Lord revealed to the bees, build dwellings in the mountains and the trees, and also the structures which men erect. Then eat from every kind of fruit and travel the path of your Lord, which have been made easy for you to follow. From inside them comes a drink of varying colors, containing healing for humanity. There is certainly a sign in that for people who reflect." Allah talks about the bee and the twirling miracle of its honey. Allah in this verse tells us he himself reveals to the bees. He's the one who talks to the bees to build their houses or dwellings in mountains and the trees. You see, even those people who farm in bees, they they um, they put their whatever in the trees and the mountains. That's where Allah told them to build their houses, and also in the houses of people. Then Allah tells them, directs them to eat from every kind of fruit and travel the path of your Lord. He tells them, whenever you see the bee somewhere, it is on the order of Allah to go and look for the ingredients of its honey, which have been made easy for you. Allah makes it easy for these bees to look for to look for its ingredients from every part of the world, and from that those ingredients which they collect, Allah makes inside their stomachs. Allah makes a drink of varying colors. You see, the colors of the bee. When you go where they farm bee, you see they are of different. The honey is of different colors, and that honey of different colors containing healing for humanity. There is medicine in the honey. I'm talking about pure honey, not honey which has been diluted by some greedy people. So honey is a medicine to humanity. So Allah says there is certainly a sign. Which sign? The sign which shows the existence of Allah, in that for people who have reflection, those who can think. So Allah talks about honey, talks about bees. You find bees in everywhere, in sugar, on flowers, even in the dirty things which you call dirty, but when Allah directs it that there is something good there, even when in, in the urine, whatever, the honey, the bee is collecting ingredients for the medicine, for the honey, which is the medicine for us. So the worker bee, what's these bees? They live in communities like us people. They have the distribution of work or labor. They are those who collect honey, others protect the queen, others make honey, others do whatever Allah tells you to do in order to live. We have what we call the worker bees. The worker bees, those who gather pollen and make the honey, they are called worker bees. I think we studied that in biology somewhere when we were studying pollination in biology. So we have the worker bees, those who collect pollen and make the honey. These are actually all females. You can wonder, those worker bees which collect honey, the pollen and make honey, they are female bees. The male bees do not make honey. This was only known recently. However, only 1,400 years has passed when the Quran refers to bees that generate the honey as females. They are female bees which collect pollen and they make honey. So the Arabic grammar is in the female mode. Then, like in the verse, Allah says, "And your Lord Allah revealed to the bees, build your hives in mountains, trees, and what they build. Then eat for it." Allah talks about the female bees. The female bees. The grammar he used in the Quran refers to the female bees. From every fruit and follow your Lord's enslaved path from its bellies. Existing drinks of different colors, in it healing for man. These are signs for those, they are signs for those who contemplate, those who think about what Allah talks about. Botany heart, that what is in the Quran means in the stomach of the female bees, because that hair works on a female something. So here we have the diagram of the bee. You can study it and see where honey in the stomach, where honey is made in the stomach of the bee. It has these different parts, but for us, we are interested in this stomach where the honey is made. Another term in the verse, chapter 16, verse 69, 68, Allah says, "Build the dwellings in the mountains and the trees. Bees build their hives from their own wax. However, scientists have discovered bees that build hives in wood and even in the solid rock." You can see the diagrams. On the right hand it is the rock, on the left hand it's the wood. So carpenter bees, those holes are made by the carpenter bees, which drill their hives in the wood and the rock. Then another section in the verse says, "Then eat from every kind of fruit and travel the path of your Lord, which have been made easy for you to follow." What does it mean? Honeybees, which are female bees, feed from flowers and from anything of their hands. Bees may fly long distances up to 6 miles. When Allah directs it go from here to 6 miles, there is a certain ingredient for the honey. It goes there. When you find it there, you kill it. It is on the order of its Allah to collect ingredients for your honey. Don't kill it. So worker bees gather both pollen and nectar from flowers to feed to the larvae and other members of the colony. So there are a section of the bees which collect food for the larva bees, those young bees in the hive. And also you have the nectar. Nectar is the sweet food produced by flowers to attract bees and other insects, birds and mammals. Worker bees drink the nectar and store it in pouch. There is a certain part in its stomach which is called pouch. Let me see if you can see it here on the diagram. That part called pouch, 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 pouch. It is not shown in the diagram, but he have said that they have told us that there is a space in each stomach called the pouch. Um, I said work bees drink the nectar and store it in the pods, like structure called the crop. It's called the crop. So they fly back to the hive and regurgitate the nectar to other house bees. When they go for nectar, they put it in its stomach. There is a sac there in the stomach. They bring it, that's where they store the honey, the nectar, and they bring it to the other members of the hive also to enjoy. Um, the house bees mix the nectar. We have the honey bees. We have seen the grill, the what? We have seen the carpenter bees. We have seen, now we are looking, there is another bees here, the house bees. Those will mix the nectar with the enzymes and deposit it into a cell where it remains exposed to air for the time to allow some of the water to evaporate. So maybe that nectar they collect, it has some water. It is kept somewhere for water to evaporate. I said the house bees mix the nectar with the enzymes. Enzymes are found inside their stomachs and deposit it into a cell where it remains exposed to air for a time to allow some it is put deposited in the cell of the hive. In the hive there are different cells where they pour the nectar. After mixing it with the enzymes, they pour it there to expose it to air so that water in it can evaporate. The bees help the process along by fanning the open cells with their wings. So they use their wings to fan the cells to bring air to the cells in order for water to evaporate from the mixture. So the cell containing the resulting honey is later capped with beeswax and kept for future use. It keeps it for future use, not for you, though it is also ours because Allah allowed it to use it. And I think it's not good to go when you want honey and start killing the bees because they have done nothing to collect things for you, that honey for you, but you just go, get all the measures, get the honey, and don't get it all. You leave some for it. So I see after evaporation of water from that cell, it capped with it wax. They close it like closing it for future use. Honeybees have lots of little hairs on their body. Even their eyes have hairs. Pollen sticks to the hairs while the bees are visiting the flowers. When they got flowers, they have some hair around their legs, their eyes, and whatever. So the pollen sticks on the hair from the flowers. A furry little bee winging around inside the flower picks up a lot of pollen. This is the process of how the bees collect honey and pollen. which they put in their crop inside their stomachs, mixing it with their enzymes, pouring it in the cells of their hive, doing whatever they do to take out water. When they see water has gone out, it is capped with its wax for further use. Then, after getting pollen on their body hair, the bees move it to a special area on their hind legs called pollen baskets. They have what is called pollen baskets. Hunting bees returning to the hive often have bright yellow or greenish balls of pollen hanging from these pollen baskets. Honeybees gather water for use in cooling the inside of the nest on hot days. You see how you just see the bee, but you don't know what it's doing. So when it is dry, they gather water for use in cooling inside the nest on hot days. They also use water to dilute the honey when they feed it to the larva. You see, they can when they keep after making its honey, it is conch. When they want to feed it to the young ones, the larva, they dilute it. So they collect water. When you find it in your tea, don't kill it. Just leave it to take that thing because it has a purpose. Then honeybees collect the sticky resin and gum of trees and work into a substance called propolis. Propolis. They used the propolis. They used the they use the propolis to plug unwanted opening in the hive so that mice and pests such as wax moth or ants can't get in. You see how they protect their members of the family? They use that propolis. Like for us, we use maybe glue or something, anything to remove the holes in our houses. For them, they use that at least to bridge the gaps in their house so that they can protect their honey, they can protect their young ones and the rest of the family from the parasites like wax, moth, ants, even you people. Then the bees also spread a thin coating of propolis on the interior of the hive to protect against diseases. You see how brave these bees are, the miracle of the bee. When working a hive, the beekeeper uses a hive tool to pull apart of frames that may be stuck together with propolis. Because it's like gum, there is a tool it uses to pull it from the propolis so that there is no problem. As see from above, bees feed off nectars and pollen. Okay, this is the mistake here. Bees feed on nectar and pollen. Bees feed on nectar and pollen. They feed on nectars and pollen. Bees feed on nectars and pollen. That's okay. Also, bees do feed on sweets, which obviously includes all fruits, all manner of fruits, like the Quran mentions in the verse above. Min kulli thamarat, min kulli thamarat. All also means all sweet tasting things. They feed on sweet tasting things. That's why you find it in your tea. Don't kill it, let it go. For bees pursue all natural sugar tasting things which exist heavily in fruits. Pollen is the male part of the next generation of plants. Also, all manners of fruits goes include pollen. Health benefits of honey. Health benefits of honey. Honey containing healing for humanity. Like Allah said in the Quran, in the previous verse, healing for the humanity. It is a medicine, a remedy to different diseases to human beings. Raw honey contain raw honey. When I talk about raw honey, I mean the real honey which has been extracted from the hive directly, not the mixed honey. We spoil it. Allah talks about raw honey. Raw honey contains disease preventing and disease fighting flavonoids. Honey contains disease preventing and disease fighting flavonoids. Raw honey contains both propolis and bee pollen, so you get the benefits of those two natural powerhouses as well. Because one of the ingredients, we have the pollen and we also have the propolis. We have seen the use of the propolis and the pollen. They are also, those are natural remedies to cure some diseases. It has been scientifically proven to help with allergies. You can use honey to cure allergies, diabetes, sleep problems. You don't sleep well, you have no sleep. There is a proper use of you can go to book and see how can and look for how honeybee is used to cure sleep problems, coughs and wound healings. Healthy weight management. Number one is containing healings for humanity. So you have seen the benefits and more. Also, healthy weight management. Research studies have linked honey consumption with weight loss. A San Diego State University study found that replacing sugar with honey can actually help prevent packing on extra pounds and also lower blood sugars. So raw honey, when you use it well, you instead of using sugar and you use honey for everything you drink, you can lose weight and also it cures blood sugars. Another study from the University of Wyoming found that raw honey can activate hormones that suppresses the appetite. So if you overeat, you are used to overeating, use honey to suppress your appetite. Another benefit is counter pollen allergies. That is a benefit. Counters pollen allergies. Raw honey contains bee pollen, which is known to ward off infections, provide natural allergy relief, and boost overall immunity. Honey's ability to prevent allergies is based on a concept called immunotherapy. So if you have some allergies of any kind, you try raw honey and see. A 2013 study found that eating honey at a high dose, 1 gram per kilogram of body weight of honey daily, can improve allergy symptoms over a period of 80 weeks. That is, then natural energy sources. Another benefit is from natural energy sources. Raw honey contains natural sugars, 80% water, natural sugars 80% and 18% water, and mineral. Vitamins, pollen, and pollen, those are 2%. It, it is not surprising that honey has been called the perfect running fuel. Perfect running fuel. It provides an easy absorbed supply of energy in the form of liver glycogen, making it is glycogen, making it ideal for an energetic morning start and as a pre and post exercise energy source. This means that it helps you in exercising, bringing energy in your body. When you consume it in the morning and also in the evening, and here we mean raw honey, honey which is not mixed up with anything. Those who sell us honey, they spoil it by mixing in other things. But here you can use honey and you tell, madam, I didn't get the benefits which I wanted. So make sure that the honey you are using, the honey which is being discussed in the Quran, that's raw honey, pure honey. Studies at the University of Memphis Exercise and Sports Nutrition Laboratory have shown honey to be one of the best choices of carbohydrates to consume right before exercising. Then another benefit, it is antioxidant powerhouse. Antioxidant powerhouse. Studies have shown that a daily dose of raw honey raises level of healthy promoting and antioxidant in the body. It decreases poisons in your body. Antioxidants help block free radicals in the body that cause diseases. It also boosts the immune system. Honey boosts the immune system, acting as a preventative against any number of diseases. Honey contains polyphenols, which are powerful antioxidants that have been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease and cancer. You see the benefit of honey, which Allah talked about in the Quran, chapter 16, verse 68 to 69, that it has benefit to humanity. It is a cure for many diseases. Studies have shown that honey contains the disease-fighting antioxidants, flavonoids, and pinosembrine, also pinosobin and chrysin. I don't know if the spelling is right, but those are medical terms. The study have shown that this pinosembrine induces a programmed cell death of many types of cancer cells. Also, there is another benefit called the sleep promoter. Raw honey promotes restorative sleep in 2 days. By consuming honey before bedtime, it restocks the liver's glycogen supply and prevents the brain from triggering a crisis surge for fuel, which can wake you up. Secondly, eating raw honey fosters the release of melatonin in the brain by creating a small spike in insulin level, which stimulates the release of tryptophan in the brain. This tryptophan converts to serotonin, then converted to melatonin. Melatonin also boosts immunity and helps rebuild the tissue during the period of rest. So if you want to sleep, just consume at least a spoon of raw honey before you go to bed. It also cures the wounds and ulcers. It is a medicine for wounds and ulcers. Honey infused bandages are known to aid healing. We have a scientist called Peter Charles Malan at the University of Waikato, I don't know, in LP in New Zealand, has found in multiple studies that honey is a natural antibacterial which with wound healing effects. He also found that honey reacts with the body's fuels to make hydrogen peroxide, creating an inhospitable environment for bacteria. For the treatment of burns and wounds, honey is typically applied directly to the problem area or in a dressing that changed over 24 to 48 hours. Diabetes talked about it. You read and see how honey cures diabetes. Also, natural cough syrup. You see, in many syrups you drink, the cough syrups, honey is there. Honey is mixed up there. But what if you get a raw honey and you take a spoon of a raw honey, you can be cured of cough. That is about and Islam and honey, the miracle of honey, the miracle of honey. Let us briefly talk about Islam about fossil of the ancestors, the remaining of the ancestors. We shall talk about that later, but this lecture was all about Islam and the miracle of honey. The miracle of honey.